In today's lesson, my topic of discussion is on the solar collector. A solar collector absorbs the incident of solar radiation and convert it to the useful heat, which is used for the heating a collector fluid such as water, oil or air. The surface of solar collector is designed for high absorption and low emission. Solar collector can be classified as non-concentrating or flat plate type or concentrating collectors. The sun is the sustainable source of providing solar energy in the form of radiations, visible light and infrared radiations. This solar energy is captured naturally by different surfaces to provide the thermal effect or produce the electricity by means of photovoltaic or daylight of buildings. Solar energy can be converted into thermal energy by using solar collectors. It can be converted into electricity by using the photovoltaic cell. Solar collector transforms solar radiation into heat and transfer the heat to a medium like water, fluid, air, etc. Solar collector surface is designed for high absorption and low emission. We already discussed about that. Now, the advantages of solar collector, that is solar thermal energy. First point, solar energy is easily available. Next point, it is reusable source of energy. Next, it is eco-friendly system and pollution free. Next, it reduces the greenhouse gas emission. So there are some advantages of solar collectors, like solar energy is easily available because and free of cost. Sun is always present throughout the day in normal season, and it is reusable source of energy. So this energy is called the renewable energy, and this system is eco-friendly because no pollution, no greenhouse gas emission are present by this type of solar energy, and it reduces the greenhouse gas emission. So these are the advantages. Now the disadvantages of solar collector. Availability is limited to the sun hours. We know the solar hour is constant. That means the solar hour duration is in between the sunrise and sunset. So after sunset, the solar energy is not available. So backup device is required. So the next point is that needs some storage or backup device like with the help of battery and other devices, storage devices. Next, large installation area required with high capacity capital cost. So we already know that the initial investment cost of solar energy is very high, and large areas are required to install the solar panel. Next point, weighing of change in position of the sun tracking is required. We know the position of the sun is not fixed in the sky throughout the day because sun rises in the east and sunset in the west. So the position is always changed in time to time throughout the solar hour. So the automatic tracking system is required to capture the sunlight. Now the application of solar thermal energy. First point, solar energy is used in solar water heating system. It is used for solar pumping system. It is employed in solar different types of solar work. It finds use in solar cooking system. It is used for the agricultural system and the solar drying system, etc. Now the principle of conversion of solar energy into heat. When solar radiation from the sun in the form of light, that is a short wavelength radiation, reaches to the earth, visible light is absorbed on the ground converted into heat energy, but non-visible light is re-radiated by earth with a long wavelength radiations. CO2 in atmosphere absorbs this light and radiates back a part of it into the earth, which result in the increase the temperatures. This whole process is called the greenhouse effect. Hence, the greenhouse effect is about the accumulation of the energy of the ground. The name greenhouse effect related to its first use in greenhouse, in which it is possible to grow the plants in cold climates though the better utilization is available of the light. So this is the effect of greenhouse system. Now the collection system. A solar thermal collection system works in the following manners. Like first point, it gathers the heat from the solar radiation and gives it into the heat transport fluid called the primary coolant. Next point, the fluid delivers the heat to the thermal storage tank, that is boiler, steam generator, heat exchanger, etc. Next point, the storage system stores heat for a few hours when heat is released during cloudy hours and at nights. Now, the collector efficiency. What is the collector efficiency? It is defined as the ratio of the solar energy actually absorbed to the energy incident on the solar collectors. Now, factors affecting the collection system. Some factors are related with the solar heat collecting system, like the shadow, cosine loss, dust, etc. First one is the shadow factor. Now what is shadow factor? When the angle of elevation of the sun is less than 15 degree, that is around the sunset and sunrise time, the shadow of some of the nearest collector panels falls on the collector surface. The shadow effect is reduced with the increase of sun's elevation angles. So shadow factor is the ratio of collector surface receiving light to the total collector surface. Its value is less than 1. So these are the ratio. Its value is less than 1 when the angle of elevation of the sun is less than 15 degree, and 1 during the noon when the angle of the sun's elevation angle is nearly 90 degree. Now the cosine loss factor. When the collector surface receives the sun rays perpendicularly, maximum power collection is released. If the angle between the perpendicular to the collector surface and the direction of the sun rays is theta, the area of the sun beam is by the collector's surface is perpendicular to the cos theta. Hence the solar power collector is perpendicular to the cos theta. So these are the diagram here, where this is the surface and this is the plane perpendicular to the sun rays, and this angle is the theta and that is the sun ray. In case of fixed type of solar panel, cosine loss varies due to the daily variation of the seasonal variation of the radiation of the sun rays. Now, reflective loss factor. The glass surface of the collector and the surface of the reflector collect dust, dirt and moisture. As a result, the reflector surface gets some dust and some other factors. Hence, with the passage of time, the collector's efficiency is reduced significantly. Thus, to prevent the loss, daily maintenance, seasonal maintenance and yearly overhauls should be required.